Hello and welcome to India Today. This is Anita Brito in conversation with a director who has created a storm at the box office. That's director Ashwin Kumar. Hello.
Namaste.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
You know, the first time we spoke, I think none of us thought that it's going to be a box office storm. Let me ask you, how does it feel firstly when a film like this did 100 crore in its first week, and when you just started off, when you thought about this idea, did you think that it is going to be this big, this enormous?
See, it is very difficult to fathom ki kitna bada banega, you know, and it just so happens that the people have spoken. The people's heart has spoken. But they find their faith back, or once they find the faith back, there's no stopping. Yeah? And we are the land of faith. We are the most diverse land of faith on the planet right now. And kahin na kahin shayad the cultural resonance or spiritual faith ki, because it has touched their hearts, the people have spoken. But did I ever think that ki itna bada banega? I knew कि भगवान है, पहले पर्दा फाड़े थे, मतलब पिलर फाड़े थे, पर्दा फाड़ेंगे, कुछ तो होगा, but इतने बड़े लेवल पे होगा तो it was difficult to imagine. But it has just begun to roar. Let's see where this goes.
Begin? It's, I think, it's roaring, and also, you know, it has outperformed the first week. How did that happen? What do you think, you know, worked in the favor of this? Yes, of course, it is Lord Narsimha. People, you know, worship him. But anything else that stood out?
I think
for this film?
for people to have had a grand animated experience, otherworldly experience, let's call it that. It's more of an otherworldly experience because our cinematographic lens of Bharat for the industry that we have, we still don't have a sci-fi, we still don't have that otherworldly experiences. Some films have a nitty-gritty of it, but a full feature so I think that is something that has resonated with the youth, right? Where you have a huge, large-scale animation film. And animation has been treated much like a cartoon, like for children, for toddlers, and we break that mindset also with this film. Of course, there is violence in the film also, as you know, but the style of the film is very age agnostic, right? Anyone can go in and think of it like a film, and that's the beauty of it, and that is what is catching on with the audience, I feel.
You rightly said, you know, animation is considered, especially with Disney films, animation has worked, whereas the other animations that are largely not worked.
Yeah.
And this has been something very different for the audience. Do you think this is going to open doors in terms of how the industry used to look at animation films? You think more films such?
Most definitely, Anita, because it is very important for producers and new age creators, director to understand how a powerful medium animation can be. And it has already been proven in the in your states outside, you know, in Hollywood, in China, Japan, Korean animation. They are world state animation, and these films tend to do more than live action films sometimes, right? But sadly, not the case in India up until now. I just hope from this point forward, the producers of this country will take animation as a very serious you know, art communicative level, and also the makers, they understand animation to be at par or more than a live action film.
But do you think this is, you know, going to open also doors for, like, for example, live action? You know, we were expecting this to be a live action film, but do you think we don't need star power to run or
for certain stories? I cannot say for all stories make it an animation, but for certain stories which require that kind of fantastical telling, then animation becomes, like for this film, animation is a very natural medium because you are doing a fantastical story piece, right? You have these other world spaces, you have the entire universe getting, you know, collapsed and stuff like that. You have Narasimha Swami with 8 arms, you have Varadev fighting through the cosmos. You know, you cannot just do this in live action easily. So might as well take the exaggeration of animation and do a very dramatic storytelling. When you look at Bhakt Prahlad, even his innocence, that is a flower. So a lot of things, it breaks the boundaries of live action. So your limitation is your imagination in animation. That's the beauty of it.
But this also proves that you don't need a star power to run the film, or correct me if I'm wrong.
I think better way to put it that if your content resonates, then it doesn't matter who the star is or even if there is no star. Right? The content has to resonate. If the content resonates, it doesn't quite matter कि आपके पास a celebrity voice is there or celebrity himself is there. Why? Because it has resonated. Once there's a resonance, then it just doesn't stop.
You know, I heard you in the previous interview where you mentioned that you gave everything, like physically, mentally, I think emotionally, as well as monetary wise. Did you ever think that what if this doesn't work? What will happen then? Did you ever have that doubt in mind कि मेरा ये
सब कुछ लगा हुआ दाव पे types.
दाव पे लगा है?
For me, it was always do or do. Die was not an option. Die was never an option, and that's the way I've lived my life. When I'm in, I'm all in, and if I'm all in, I'm out there to just get it done. There is no, because then if I start bringing in doubt, and yes, did things get heavy? Did it weigh me down? It did, but my faith again and again got instilled with the divine presence of Narsimha Bhagwan, always protecting me. I've always felt protected. He's walking with me, listening to us right now as we speak, right? And he's very sweet for his devotees. He'll protect them. He'll go to any extent to protect them. And I've always felt protected with him. So that was never the issue.
Wow, you need that strength. Where does that strength come from? I know you're very into spirituality.
Yeah, that's where it comes from, right? When you understand what is permanent and what is not permanent, and when you stop dwelling on the impermanent and put your anchor on the permanent, you are at peace. You're in happiness, and everything just falls through.
Since we're talking about monies as well, you know what, I have heard that this film is made under 15 crores.
No, I'll put the rumors to rest. This is a 40 crore, basically, budgeted film.
Wow.
That and includes the P&A and still increasing the P&A because we are doing a worldwide promotion, right?
And it has outdone the thing. Does it show that, you know, in less budget also you can make an absolutely beautiful film?
Most definitely. Whoever the creator is, suppose you are a creator, you can pick up your phone and start shooting a film. Whatever you have, you can do an outstanding job if you wish it to be an outstanding job. Nobody can stop you. The only thing that can stop you is yourself. That's the message that I want to give the new creators also. Go all out. It's your film. Nobody's going to do it for you, and just break the mold.
But when you hear stories like, you know, 400 crore mein ye picture bani hai, 300 crore mein ye picture bani hai, like Adipurush also was made on a huge budget. When film like this works, what do you make out of it? What do you think of it when you spend so much and the result is bad?
See, I cannot comment for them because I understand how difficult production can be, right? And today this has worked. Hopefully everything that we do works. But God forbid if something goes south, right? Then somebody can question me. Also, why did you shouldn't have done animation, right? So that kind of telepathy always keeps happening. I think the better lens to look at it is that whatever your strengths are, play it to your strength, right? Now we had a certain budget, we could not go overboard, so we learnt our way through. अभी छोटे कम budget के अंदर ही, like it's like you're pushed off the building और गिरने से पहले you have to learn how to make a plane, make the plane and fly off, right? Otherwise you crash, right? So it's the necessity breeds the evolution and innovation. That's the idea.
What do you think this 400 crore की जो बात हो रही है रामायण को लेके? Do you think it's a hype or it's actually made on that budget? What is your thought on that?
You mean 4,000 crore?
4,000 crore. Sorry, what did I say? 400 crores.
The kind of tech that they have and the kind of star power that they carry and the kind of place they want to go, it is possible that they but my point again being, come to the story. The story अगर resonate करती है, then things will work. If the story, even if my VFX is bad, right, which is not the best VFX on the planet, not the best animation on the planet, but the story resonates, it will work. But if the story does not resonate, no matter how good the animation would be for our next film or for the films that you're saying, then it becomes a problem. So I think, and these are some best directors that they have, they should and they would be able to make it. That's my prayer to them.
What has been the best compliment? Because I just saw some kids coming to you. They have watched apparently 6-7 times the films. Out of all the reviews that you have received, all the feedbacks that you have received, what has been the best compliment that you have got?
Few of the best compliments that I've got is some messages for people who have almost given up on their faith to a point that they were suicidal, right? And they're like, we found our faith back. We found our faith back just from that film. We found our anchor back. We found our love for Bhagwan back. We've understood how much he loves us and how much we've been trying to avoid him, but he's going to be there relentlessly for us. So that assurance that no matter who you have lost in your life and no matter who stays with you, the God stays with you, and He's going to carry you through. And to have that faith instilled, I have messages from specially abled children, and they're narrating the story. They need it more than ever. They need it more than ever, right? So it's stories like this that it has touched the heart of people. That is a true success, I feel.
This film also gave tough competition to Sayyara, Dhadak, and Son of Sardar too. When something like this happens, what do you make of it?
Well, the producers of any producer, I mean, it takes a lot, and it takes a lot of dare to create something like that, right? So has my producer, and they have done a good job of it. My wife, also my producer Shilpa, Apar Group, and Humbale Films, who've carried this film. But it was never with the intent that we're going to, throw somebody off guard or something like that. But it just so happens that the people have spoken. That's why I'm saying this is a story of Bharat. From my heart, I'm just giving it to the people of Bharat. It's not my film anymore. It's your film. It's everybody else's film. You embrace it and you take it to the pedestal where it deserves to be, and that is what is speaking. So I'm not saying those films are bad because of XYZ reason. It's just that they're embracing this right now.
The Sayyara craze is also, people are talking about either Sayyara or either Mahavatar Narsimha.
So that's done a good business also, no? Sayyara. So they are embracing that film also. That's nice, no?
But did you happen to watch Sayyara as well to see
I'm sorry,
how what was the competition like?
No. I'm not looking at it in a competition kind of a perspective. That's the point. I am looking at it from a very simple perspective. I have a story to tell, and I know that it resonates deeply in my heart, from my soul, and I know it will resonate deeply with your soul. I know it will deeply resonate with a lot of people, and that's all I'm presenting.
Well, Ashwin, no one can tell that this is your first film.
Thank you.
Yeah? Because see the numbers, see the work, and everything is. So does this give you confidence for your next film as well? Because we spoke last time and you had already 2-3 ideas in mind.
Yes, it kind of boosts my confidence for sure, because I understand that if itna prem hai janta ka, then it kind of gives me a confidence that I should keep doing things like this.
And also pressure?
No pressure.
No pressure?
Pressure tab hai if I don't know what I'm doing, what I'm getting into. I know the next 7 films I want to make, so that's very clear in my head.
During the press conference you mentioned it took a year for you just to shoot the ending.
Yeah, the entire last 20-25 minutes that took about 1 year of creation.
When you give so much time to a particular film like this, and you're now planning 7 films, how have you planned that?
You like having a cake, you like eating cakes, right? I love cakes, right? Yeah. So when you bake a cake, right, it takes a certain time, like a 2 hour to bake a cake or 3 hour, right? But if I want to just get it out, put it in, get it out, put it in, it doesn't work. Even how many times I don't dip my finger and taste, right? Whatever time it takes to make something beautiful, it takes. So we need to give it that time. So we are going to bake 7 cakes together.
Are you serious?
That's the point, right? So the 7 films that we'll do, we'll start all of them in some way, shape or form. And we will give it that love that it deserves. That's the point.
But all are not going to be animation for sure. Some
in
are
the
going
Mahavatar cinematic universe, mostly it's going to be animation. We are thinking to bring something off the charts also, like live action. But yet I'm also planning 2 live actions apart from Mahavatar cinematic universe.
What are they?
One is a horror film and the other is a film on Ardhanareshwar ka concept.
Yes, we spoke about that
last time around.
Yeah,
yes.
we spoke. And we also spoke about Hrithik.
Possibly.
Collaborating with Hrithik, and Humbale has announced today that
we don't know what happens. Yes.
Are you at the helm of that film?
We'll see when it comes.
He's being very okay, all right. So now next is
Mahavatar
Parasurama.
Yes.
Have you started off, or it's still in the writing stage?
It's in pre-production as we speak, and it's going to be giving the people an experience that they've never had before on screen. Not because it's just Parasurama. Why? Because it is the real fountainhead of anti-hero. If there is anybody on the planet, it's Parasurama, who set the system right. Why? Because we all in our lives, you know, we are a lot of us feel victimized. यार ये system गलत है, ये system सही होना चाहिए था, right? So somebody who did something, who stepped up, was Mr. Parasurama.
So that is also going to be animation.
Yes.
And when do you go on floors? Any idea? Any idea?
I think in the next 3 months we'll be on floor.
Awesome. Before the year ends.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, on that note, thank you so much.
Lovely
it was
speaking
lovely
with
talking
you. Always
to you.
lovely speaking with you.
And
Anita.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Please keep giving us such films
Definitely,
where we love
definitely,
and enjoy.
definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.